Talk to me. Talk to me.
I'll let you in.
Riley needs help.
The movie begins with a distressed man called Cole heading to his house where a party is going on. He asks the guests if they have seen Duckett, his brother, anywhere. They replied no. Then, Cole enters a room where his mother tells him that Duckett is in Jaden's room. So Cole moves to Jaden's room, asking Duckett to open the door, but the obstinate Duckett doesn't answer, compelling Cole to tear down the door. Inside, Duckett is sitting on the bed, heavily bruised. Cole covers him with a piece of cloth and takes him out of the room. The partygoers begin recording videos of Duckett's saddening condition, which enrages Cole. Shortly afterward, Cole is savagely stabbed by Duckett, and this creates chaos there. Then, Duckett goes outside and stabs himself as well, killing himself. Why Duckett did so will be revealed later. Now the scene shifts to Mia doing the dishes at her home. Her father comes into the kitchen and asks her if she has caught a cold, to which she replies yes. Not long after, Mia receives a phone call from Riley, who asks her to pick him up. Now we see Riley sitting by the roadside with his friend and waiting for Mia to be picked up. Moments later, Mia arrives by car and picks up Riley. On their way back home, Mia and Riley are seen enjoying each other's company, but their cheerful mood fades away when they find a wounded kangaroo lying helplessly on the road. Mia gets out of the car and nervously approaches it. Riley makes a suggestion that they should take the poor creature out of its misery. It sounds right to Mia, so she heads back to the car and gets inside. She prepares to run over the poor and wounded kangaroo, but at the last moment she stops, not able to carry out this inhumane act. So she backs up the car and drives away, telling Riley that someone else will help the creature, but Riley feels upset about Mia's decision to leave the suffering animal behind. Minutes later, they reach home. Riley is mad at his elder sister Jade, who didn't come to pick him up from the school. Mia lives at Jade's house as she doesn't like her father, whom she blames for her mother's death. She tells Jade that she found a kangaroo dying on the road and didn't help it, but Jade is too busy texting her boyfriend Daniel. Afterward, Mia, Jade, and Riley go to have fun with their friends. Shortly after, they arrive at Joss's house where there are many of their friends. Mia tries to strike up a conversation with one of her female friends but feels ignored. At the gathering, no one seemed interested in having a word with her, so she feels completely ignored. Jade approaches her and fixes her mood. Soon after, Daniel, Jade's boyfriend, who was once committed to Mia, arrives and cuddles Jade. After that, Jade comes to Haley, who isn't happy with her for bringing Mia along. Later, they start playing a very dreadful game. Haley explains the rules and asks who wants to go first. To show herself cool, Mia eagerly raises her hand. Joss and the others check with her if she really wants to do it. Mia says yes, spreading a wave of happiness among her friends. So she sits down on a chair and Joss ties her up. Haley explains that the game cannot last longer than 90 seconds. After that, Joss places a plastered hand on the table. Haley asks Mia to put her hand on the embalmed hand while the rest of them start recording it with their phones. Mia acts on Haley and holds the replica hand and asks it to talk to her. Suddenly, a spirit appears before Mia, shaking her with tremendous fear. She becomes a subject of her friends' mockery at the gathering, as no one believes that she saw a ghost. To disprove her friends, Mia holds the hand again, asking it to talk to her. This time, a different spirit arrives, compelling Mia to look away. Then she fearfully says to the spirit, "I let you in." The very next second, Mia is possessed. Mia's friends burst out laughing, unaware that she has been possessed for real. Mia starts acting weirdly, and the door opens on its own, sending a chill through everyone in the room.
83 seconds, Joss.
Joss approaches Mia to remove the replica hand as it is nearly 90 seconds but can't take the hand off. Meanwhile, Mia's eyes turn black while she asks the others to run. Riley is utterly terrified upon witnessing this. All the friends together remove the hand from Mia's hand. Mia comes back to the real world while Jade and the others look at her in shock. Mia says that it was an amazing experience, exciting the others. After reaching home, Riley can't sleep as he is a bit terrified after the game at Joss's house. So he goes into Mia's room and urges her to let him sleep with her. Mia, with care and understanding, allows him to stay and sleep beside her for the night. Riley asks her how her mother died. Mia replies that her mother mistakenly took too many sleeping pills. Her father was sleeping on the couch. In the morning, her father couldn't open the door when her mother was screaming for help as he was deeply asleep. After hearing Mia's painful story, Riley falls asleep. At the same time, a creepy hand touches him. At school, Jade and Mia walk up to Haley, who sits on the trunk of his car. Jade tells him that Daniel wants to sit on the chair tonight. Haley says that we will not do it at Joss's house. Then, Jade says that we will do it at my home when my mother leaves at 9. Haley agrees. Later in the evening, everyone starts gathering at Jade's house for tonight's game. Moments later, Daniel sits on the chair and Haley places the same satanic embalmed hand on the table to kick off the game. Joss ties Daniel up. At the behest of Mia, Riley turns off the light to enhance the beauty of the game. Then, Daniel holds the hand, asking it to talk to him.
Talk to me.
No. What is it?
I'll let you in.
Afterward, he allows the spirit to take over his body. As soon as Daniel gives his permission, the spirit starts choking him. Then, the spirit starts acting in an inappropriate way. Haley, Joss, Mia, and the others can't hold their laughter on seeing a debauched spirit. Danny collapses to the floor and starts rubbing his body on it. Meanwhile, Jade's dog walks up to the possessed Daniel and begins to lick him inappropriately. Seizing the chance, Jade removes the hand, bringing Daniel back into this world. Daniel gets up and asks Haley to delete the recorded video, but they keep laughing instead. So Daniel storms out of Jade's house at once. Thereafter, everyone enthusiastically takes turns and communicates with various spirits by invoking them through the hand. Riley also expresses his desire to join them, but Jade, his elder sister, plainly refuses him to do it as he is not even 15 years of age. Then, Mia butts in, asking Jade to let Riley play this game for only 60 seconds. Jade brushes aside everyone's request and goes out of the room. Finding Riley so eager for the game, Mia allows him to play it for only 50 seconds, so Joss ties him up and Haley lights the candle. Riley grabs the hand, asking it to talk to him. Suddenly, a spirit comes that leaves Riley speechless. However, he carries on with process, allowing the spirit to take over his body. The spirit apologizes to Mia and tells her that she never wanted to hurt her. In addition, she misses Mia very much. The spirit addresses Mia as Mai, revealing that the unknown spirit is no other than Rhea, Mia's mother. Mia breaks down in tears. Shortly after, Riley begins choking and then slams his head onto the table, injuring himself. Everyone in the room is shaken with fear upon witnessing this terrifying side of the spirit. The possessed Riley tries to gouge out his eye, but Mia and Joss manage to stop him. Suddenly, an invisible force drags him toward the window and forces him to slam his head repeatedly onto the table. In a matter of moments, the joy and happiness turn into chaos and horror, while Mia begins regretting her decision. She appears lost and quietly leaves the room, heading to her bedroom. There, she finds her mother's spirit standing on the other side of the door. Moments later, the police arrive at Jade's house to investigate, interrogating everyone who was present. Later, Mia returns home with a bag containing the hand the medium used to communicate with the spirits. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Riley's condition remains critical, and he is kept under the observation of doctors. Mia visits the hospital and sees Riley's deformed face through the window. Soon after, Riley's mother, Sue, comes out of the room and snaps at Mia for what she did to her son. Sue refuses to let her see Riley and asks her to leave. As Mia walks away, she suddenly spots her deceased mother in the hospital and immediately follows her. She chases her into a room and hears scratching sounds coming from inside the washroom door. When she forcefully opens it, she finds no one inside. Later, Daniel drops Mia off at her house and decides to spend the night there because of the heavy rain outside. Mia confides in him that it was her mother's spirit inside Riley's body, since her mother used to call her Me all the time. She believes her mother is trying to reach out to her. Mia suggests they can verify it, but Daniel firmly refuses to try again.
Sorry.
That night, while Daniel falls asleep, Mia watches her mother's old videos, clearly missing her. Eventually, she also drifts off. Moments later, she wakes to a loud thud and notices a shadowy entity lurking in the darkness. The spirit emerges and crawls up to her bed. To her horror, the elderly spirit begins sucking on Daniel's foot while Mia stands frozen in fear. When Daniel wakes up to Mia's scream, he is shocked to find Mia herself sucking his foot. Distressed, Mia insists that the spirits they contacted are now following them. But Daniel doesn't believe her and leaves in frustration, leaving Mia on her own. Finding no other way to simplify her problem, Mia resorts to communicating with her mother's spirit in desperation by using the hand. She holds it and asks her mother to speak to her. In the twinkling of an eye, Rhea's spirit appears before her. Mia asks if she killed herself, to which Rhea replies, "No." She explains that she never wanted to leave her side and is always with her. Then Rhea tells Mia that Riley needs help. Afterwards, Mia and Rhea hit the hay together. Meanwhile, Sue and Jade bathe the senseless Riley in the bathroom. Shortly after, Riley becomes violent, biting his own hand. He falls to the floor and begins slamming his head against the wall while Jade screams and pleads with him to stop hurting himself. Mia then visits Jade and asks about Riley. She reveals that she saw her mother's spirit at the hospital and that another spirit attacked Daniel at her house. Meanwhile, Haley begins talking about Duckett, prompting Mia to question them about him. Joss explains that he met Duckett at one of the parties and asked to borrow his hand. Duckett unhesitatingly gave his hand to him, saying that he could see the spirits even without it. One night at a party, Duckett stabbed his brother and then killed himself. Later, Joss, Haley, Mia, Jade, and Daniel meet Cole, Duckett's brother, to seek his help. However, Cole is not happy to see them. In fact, Joss, Haley, and the others were the ones who had invited Duckett to the party that night and allowed him to communicate with an evil spirit, which ultimately led to his death. Because of this, Cole gets on the bus without listening to Joss and his friends. Despite Cole's refusal, Mia and her friends also get on the bus, still hoping to seek his help. Mia sits next to Cole and tells him she understands how it feels to lose someone you love. Cole is moved by her words and reveals that the longer a spirit stays in a body, the weaker that body becomes. Jade storms off the bus in anger and lashes out at Mia for allowing Riley to communicate with a spirit that nearly killed him. In response, Mia insists that the only way to save Riley is to repeat the process one more time. Reluctantly, Jade agrees to try it at the hospital. Moments later, they arrive and enter Riley's ICU room. Daniel lights a candle, and Mia makes Riley hold the hand, asking the spirit to speak to him, but her request goes unanswered. Determined, Mia decides to hold the hand herself and reaches out to Riley's spirit, which is trapped in the other world. Instead of Riley's spirit, the spirit of a little girl appears and guides Mia into the spirit realm, where she discovers Riley's soul being devoured by several spirits. Shaken to her core, Mia returns to the mortal world and reveals to Jade and Daniel that Riley is being tortured by evil spirits and that they are unstoppable. Then, in a fit of rage, she kicks away the evil hand. Afterward, Mia returns home. Her father Max admits that he hasn't been completely honest with her, but now wants to be. He then pulls out a suicide note written by Rhea and reads it to Mia. Upon hearing this, Mia breaks down in tears and embraces her father. At that very moment, Rhea's spirit appears and tells her that her father is lying. Mia walks into the washroom, where Rhea reveals to her that she never left any suicide note. To Mia's shock, Rhea tells her that the man she just embraced is not her real father, but an evil spirit. Rhea warns Mia that this false Max intends to harm her and urges her not to open the door. Meanwhile, the real Max is in his room, checking Mia's bag. Rhea then insists that Riley must die, urging Mia to put him out of his misery, promising to look after him in the spirit world. At the same time, the imposter Max breaks into the washroom and attacks her. Just then, the real Max tries to break down the door after hearing Mia scream. In the chaos, Mia grabs a pair of scissors but mistakenly stabs her real father who had come to save her. Later, Mia visits the hospital and secretly sneaks into the ICU room. Suddenly, the spirit of an elderly woman appears on Riley's bed. Determined, Mia raises the scissors to stab her but stops at the last second. She then sees a badly injured kangaroo outside the room. Outside, Jade spots Mia carrying Riley in a wheelchair toward a busy road. She immediately rushes after them to save her brother. Mia wheeled Riley down the slope, seemingly intending for him to be hit by a speeding car. At that moment, Ria's spirit emerges again, encouraging Mia to finish what she started. But instead, a car collides with something heavy, and soon we see Mia lying dead in the middle of the road. This reveals that she chose to sacrifice herself rather than harm Riley. Seconds later, Mia awakens in a ghostly form. She looks around but realizes no one can see her. Nearby, she watches Jade holding Riley in her lap. Confused, Mia wanders into the hospital and sees her father walking ahead. She calls out to him and begs him to stop, but Max doesn't hear her and disappears into an elevator. Suddenly, the entire hospital is engulfed in darkness. In that black void, Mia notices a group of friends playing the same sinister game that she and her friends once played. She approaches them and holds out her hand. Then, this happens.
Hello, Chewin.